All right, well, this week in our series, Wreckers to Checkers, we are in 1 Corinthians chapter 10. And I think this is a great fit for this series because we're looking at taking that life that's maybe on the wrecker's end, a little disheveled and maybe not so Christ-centered, to the checkers end where we're pursuing Jesus in every area of our life, where when our life is over, he's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. So this chapter, I think, helps us in that journey because Paul has a couple major points here that I found. There might be other stuff, but this is just what occurred to me. And in the first part of this chapter, he's going back to the Israelites as they were in the desert, and God was leading them in this pillar of cloud, and they're following him everywhere he goes. But yet Paul makes a specific point to mention they were following Christ, but he was not happy with them. And I'm like, man, is that me? Am I following Christ? But man, maybe he's not so happy with some of the things that's going on in my life, or what I'm doing, or how I think I'm doing that. Maybe am I grumbling and complaining like they did? You know, could I be more positive? Is there areas in my life, no matter what it looks like, that I might invite him in? Maybe for a first time, or maybe even deeper than I ever have before, that I will pursue him. You know, what does my walk with Jesus look like, my personal walk? And in the middle, he talks about that battle of pride, right? He says, if you think you're standing strong, be careful not to fall. Man, is there a place I'm overconfident that the enemy's just waiting to take me out because I'm not turning to God in that situation. I'm turning to myself, and I think, yeah, I'm good. I got this. And I don't even, maybe not intentionally, but maybe I don't even include God in what I'm doing because I'm comfortable and I say, yeah, I'm doing good, just to get over that pride struggle. And then near the end of the chapter, I think it's a good time for a reflection of, is how I'm following Jesus helping other people follow Jesus? The verse here at the end, he says, verse 31, so whether you eat, drink, or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. I think most of us have heard that verse before. And, every single thing of our life should be an act of worship to God, right? That we're wanting to draw closer to him, wanting to thank him, whatever that looks like, just give him all the glory. But we don't often read these next verses that say, don't give offense to Jews or Gentiles or the church of God. I too try to please everyone in everything I do. I don't just do what's best for me. I do what's best for others so they may be saved. And you should imitate me just as I imitate Christ. I think that part is a little harder for all of us, isn't it? Because we tend to just be concerned about our walk with Christ and not really be critical of the life that we're living and how that affects other people. Is it inviting them to follow Jesus? Is it showing them who Jesus really is? Or are we living a life that's just about us? I think that line where he says, I don't just do what's best for me, I do what's best for others so they may be saved. Man, that really impacts me, right? Because so often we're just looking at things from our perspective, but we really should be looking at the lives we live, how that's affecting other people to discover God, submit to God, surrender to him, and just start following him in that rich life that we know God provides. Again, going towards that checkered flag end of the spectrum, just for the day we meet him, that he might say, man, I'm so glad you're here. You did well. You brought other people into the fold. You just did a great job. And man, wouldn't that be awesome if he just would say that to us the day we meet him? And I just hope that helps you in your journey this week. I know it helped me to just do a little self-reflection. The tough part now is the application, right? If you identify those areas, then we got to make the changes and live them out every day. And that's why we gather together like this, just to encourage one another in our walks with Jesus. And we just thank you for tuning in. We thank you for spending time with us, and we just look forward to next time. Have a great week.